this last part is about God and Jesus Christ. Let me tell you the story about Jesus Christ. It's like when they say he passed around the bread and he was with the people and they're following them and they didn't have enough food and he supposedly went to go pray and he passed out the food and then, like they were saying like oh like food started dropping out the sky or they seem like it's magical. But just like I told you, everything's not magical like you think it is. Like it actually happened in front of you, and it's actually going to make sense when it happened. But that's just like I heard the story so many times my whole life, but I heard it again, and with the knowledge and wisdom and everything I reached for and everything I got, I used it, and I heard the story, and I listened to it, and it actually said that Jesus Christ asked the people for the food, or they gave food to the people he was with. And when they gave the food, when he got the food, they said it was pieces of bread and it wasn't enough to feed everybody. But they say even after the people ate, it was leftovers. But they say he broke the bread, and when he broke the bread, they spread it around, and they might have had some other stuff too, and everybody had enough to eat, and it was leftovers. So just like that, just like I told you, you gotta remember everything's not magical like you think it is, and it can happen. You just gotta have faith in it, just like that. Now you see, the story makes sense, and even with even with God, like He spoke out the sky when He was talking to Adam and Eve, like He showed you who He was, and that's just like even with God. I'm happy I'm bringing that up because I had to learn recently. Like I'll try not to pray all the time because I know God get tired. He probably try to tell us He don't, or try to make it seem like he don't, or the image of him out there is that he don't. But I know he get tired because just like in Genesis, he got tired when he was making the world and life and all of that and all creations. That's why we call him the creator. And because he created everything, but when he was creating things, he actually got tired. I don't know if he got tired for the first time, but he recognized he got tired and he needed sleep, and he might have slept for a long time. So I know God get tired, so I actually try to give him a break. And people need to know they need to have relationships with God, just like we were talking about about people being homeless. People that's homeless, maybe you should say the word Jesus Christ or say God. Remember, try to stick with God and Jesus Christ. Remember it, and I bet you will get better, and everything will get better. Just keep on remember. Don't even focus on repenting yet. Just remember the name Jesus Christ and remember who God was. And you think about that because I know you have a lot of time. So remember who God and Jesus Christ was. And even when you do that, you might get smarter. You might need to focus on things, and the main thing that you probably do need to focus on is things like maybe getting sleep, getting food, staying clean, and just like that, just like I said, focus on God and Jesus Christ. And even when you stay asleep, just focus on getting a cover. You see what I'm saying? And people that come from hard lives, they'll tell you the same thing. Focus on getting covered, focus on getting some food. Maybe go to the Dollar Tree and buy some food. The way things is going, how the world works now, but focus on getting food and even staying clean. Maybe washing your clothes out with some water in the bucket with some soap, then maybe even taking a bath with the same thing, or even some hand sanitizer. And now you see what I'm saying. Now you're comfortable and you think about God and Jesus Christ. Now you can go out in the world, maybe find a job and save some money, and maybe get a income apartment, get a lease, and don't pay rent. And it's going to be your rent might be like $100 because a lot of colored people, it's hard for us to find jobs and they don't want to hire us, even though we do fit the requirements and even beyond the requirements because God and Jesus Christ made us. But you can go out and find a job and your rent won't even be that high if you need somewhere to stay, if you don't know what to do. And remember, don't try doing drugs. Maybe try the healthy stuff in the world, the good stuff that give you energy, like maybe even sugar, because that's a plant, or plants that's going to make you go to sleep. Or even with that, like don't do man-made drugs, or if you do need to do some kind of drug, maybe you should do something like sticking to a plant, the one that make you fall asleep, the one that make you stay up. If you like to do drugs that's uppers, that make you want to stay up and laugh, and if you want to go to sleep, do it. Some people like to nod, or just like different drugs like heroin and things like that they like to go to sleep. So smoke the plant that makes you go to sleep because it's two different plants, and a lot of things is male and females and things like that, and even different colored plants that do different things. So do the one that makes you go to sleep or the one that makes you stay hyper, because some people might have a drug problem, or they might need energy in some kind of way. But I don't reach for those. I mean, I don't reach for those things like that, but I reach for the things that's in earth and natural made, and just like that. Then another thing we can talk about too is like the Black Panther and like gangs and even red power and religion. So when we talk about Black Panther, the government and the police, just like I said, people practice terror on people so much. The Black Panther was to stop police because the police used to put drugs in colored neighborhoods, to stop the police from putting drugs in neighborhoods, and stop just stop putting drugs in neighborhoods. So then gangs was created like I'm gonna say just the Crips, because the Crips was replaced with Black Panther. That's why you see them used to wear black. When you look up Tiki, he used to wear all black, and they used to he used to try to get cooked because when he was a kid he knew about the crooked cops, and even today, even in the Bible back then too, people with authority, look what they did to Jesus Christ in God ways. And to us, they extorted us for money, just like I'm talking about. And but what I'm saying is, like, yeah, sorry about that, but just like I was saying about the Black Panther gangs, just like with the gangs, Tookie Williams, Tookie Williams, he made gangs because he wanted to protect his people from drugs. And he said, if you're going to do drugs, go do it over there. Don't do it where no kids at, because you're going to target kids. Go do it where there's no kids at. And he controlled that. And he controlled big neighborhoods like central, Southern California with this. And he was controlling it because other gangs that didn't care about stuff like this. And he fed the kids, he put them in, made them go to school, make sure they get A's and B's, and even looked out for old people, because I know that's the definition of a Crip. Now what they say stand for the community revolution and progress. That's something that they made up after he was incarcerated like in 2000. That stuff is fake. I know what the Crip stand for. It stand for looking out for old person, elderly people, looking out for the kids, making sure they're going to school and making sure they're not getting no gangs, and even also yourself making sure you're not getting no gangs, and don't ever put none of your people in danger, or don't put nobody in a situation that you would do or would not do. And remember, just like I said, don't put nobody in danger. And that's what I know about gangs. Even getting you closer with God, even though it sounds funny, that's what that's what gangs are for. And even Jesus Christ walked around with people that was in gangs life, just like David. He used to rob people, try to talk to women all the time, and yeah. So, and Jesus Christ was there for the poor, and he always hung around people like that. And some of his people didn't condone it, but he loved those people, and those people became the apostolic people. And these were some of the baddest people in the world, but not in that way that you think. They indulge in the same thing that people indulge in, like that way of life. But they didn't prey on people, just like I'm telling you. They actually were better than the government, the police, and the president. Like, and they actually believed in God and Jesus Christ. So these were good people, and just like I said with the red power stuff, they tried to stop that when people were standing up for their land. They tried to take Native Americans' religion, and they did. So they ended a lot of things, and put a lot of bad labels on a lot of things that actually are good for us, and plants and things like that. But just like I said, even with the red power, they didn't want that spreading because they wanted to rip the Indian people off, and make sign things, and if they didn't sign it, they would kill them and rape them and do things like that to them. And it's all true, and it did happen. Then they even put them in schools with their religion, took away their religion, and made us forget our religion for a long time. We're just now getting it back, and you see that's why I'm making this video, because there's disagreements about it, and people are judging people and telling them it's not true, it's false, false and fake. But it's not false and fake. It's just like I told you, I'm a real person. I come from real people, just like that person do, and I respect their ways, and I hope they can respect my ways and everybody else. So have a good day, and for eternity and next life and every life, and God and in Jesus Christ's name, amen.